band called Bug Hunter, and it is day one of the spookiest month of the year. So I'm gonna hop right into it. Mary Ann found herself in some trouble. She'd never seen a man that stood so tall. The fact he was so sizable made him too recognizable, and that man, he wouldn't stand for that at all. Trevor never punched his ticket early. Dependable to run 5 minutes late. Today he's bound to beat the clock, and that four-way stop seems safe to cross. If only he'd been taught to look both ways. There is nothing you can do. I am coming straight for you. And Stevie couldn't breathe when he found himself sinking, and Jenny's lucky penny was his luckiest Lincoln. And Austin got lost and never found his way back, and no one trained Janie not to walk on the tracks. Connor got the honor of a statue in the park, a monument to all the monsters lurking in the dark. And some might call it sad, I call it art. There is nothing you can do. Whoa, I am coming straight for you. But Wallace, though, he heeded every story. He knew that he was smarter than the rest. He saw the world through window blinds. I'm staying here, I'll be just fine, until he felt that tightness in his chest. And death appeared before him, staring gravely, sadder than his average tragic case. This one stayed inside his cage and traded happiness for age, and death was sad, he quite enjoys the chase. There is nothing you can do. Whoa, I am coming straight for you. Good morning, everybody. It's spooky month. That's a song called The Chase. It's an old song, but it's a new song. But it's so new, it's not even out. But it's so old that I play it a lot. It's weird. Got some new lyrics. Some people noticed that. Maybe hadn't heard me play that version of it, which is funny because I've been, I think I've been playing The Chase on streams since like for 2 years now. I feel like it was 2 years ago that I put up a little TikTok in October of 2021 with the new Chase. Yeah, did I? I think it was 2021 or 2022. Not sure. Anyways, it was gonna be on the new album, but it was gonna be a bonus track, and then because it kind of relates to the album in like a very loose way. Because I do have the line that says, this one stayed inside his cage and traded happiness for age, and the title of the album is Happiness. So I was like, oh, there's kind of like a link there. Ended up writing a song called A Bedtime Story, and that just bumped The Chase right off of it. But we did record it, so we got the new album set for a little bit, and then maybe we'll find a place to release The Chase. You never know. Anyways, who's here? Who we got? Harry's here. Hi, Harry. Harry's so scary. Coin is here, Parker's here, Ghosty is here, Cornfield Cryptid is here, a lot of spooky names, and I don't think it's like just because it's October. I think I just have a spooky audience. Evie is here, Slippity Slew, Pads, we got Jem is here, Tiny, Expect, I Duck, Puck is here, Wind Pop, Spooky, Ghosty, lots of fun people, Clown or Fool. It's kind of like Trick or Treat. Knacker, Fred, excited about some new lyrics, or at least exclaiming that there was new lyrics. Spooky hadn't heard The Chase. That's exciting. It's right up your alley. It's my spookiest song. Time of Summer's here. Saying my mic sounds quiet. If my mic sounds quiet, I apologize. I have it set to where I normally have it set. Boop. Cool. And that's everyone who's here. Oh, my dad was here for a second. But I know they're going to miss it because they have a flight. They're coming back from the UK. My dad got recognized in Scotland, and he was very excited about it. He's wearing a Bug Hunter sweatshirt. And I believe he said it was like the waitress at the restaurant he was eating at, like, knew Bug Hunter, and had been to a show before and recognized him. So I thought that was cool. Audience is so spooky, a Bug won't release the new Chase. I'm sorry, I still play it. That's a compromise. Puck almost missed the stream because of their 3-year-old had a little bout of sickness, but I hope that they feel better soon. And it's also wild to think about your being 3 years old, because I remember I think we were racing who could release either I was trying to release Bigger Than Myself, or you were trying to release your new baby, and I think I won. Pretty sure I won. It's crazy to think that baby's 3 years old now. People want me to play Alchemical Romance, and I don't know how yet. I mean, I do, but that weird part in the middle, I haven't figured out what I want to do with my acoustic guitar, so I'm not going to play it. Sorry. It's like the... But that's 5 half steps down. Yeah, so I'm still... I'll have everything by the tour at the end of this month, but I still need to figure out how to play all my songs. Working on it. Cool. So yeah, my name's Bug. I'm in a band called Bug Hunter. I do streams and I play music, and I talk about things that are going on in my world. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a little cozy Q&A. That's what we do. That's what we do at the streams. In between songs, we do a little cozy Q&A. A good friend of mine told me they really like disco and had no idea I was a Bug Hunter. Super fan. That's cool. That's happening more and more these days, which I'm very excited about. It's not so uncommon that you might find like another Bug Hunter fan on the street or in your real life. So yeah, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them in the chat, and then I'll also tell you kind of what's going on in my world as we enter into the spookiest month. So Halloween costume ideas you have for Berlin. So here's the thing. We are flying to Berlin. I think there was a possibility at one point that we were going to drive to Berlin if we had more than one show in mainland Europe, but since it is just Berlin, and because the venue has all the speakers and everything that we need to just like show up with our guitars, we're just flying in, and so we are just bringing guitars and like a couple suitcases. Don't know how much room we're gonna have for costumes, but I could always dress as my dad just by taking the clothes out of his suitcase. But I do encourage other people to dress up. I think I should probably check with the venue to make sure they're cool with that. But I'll send out an email to ticket holders ahead of time if the venue says it's okay for people to wear costumes. I don't know what the culture is like in Germany about like costumes and all that. I remember like 10 years ago, I walked into a CVS on Halloween. We needed to get like some candy or something, I don't know, and I was like wearing my lion mask that I was wearing, and the guy at the front was like, "Take that off," because you know people walk into a store with a mask on 10 years ago. Jem wants to know, I desperately need an answer as to what dinosaurs the wife and vegetarian are. Someone asked in Discord and set off my curiosity. I don't have a canonical answer for that because I'm waiting to think more about it. But I think canonically, someone suggested that the wife's name is Hope because of the line, saw a shooting star and made a little wish on it for hope. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I dug that. So the wife's name is Hope. But as to what dinosaurs they are, I'm not willing to go off the top of my head for it in case there's a good reason that I would want to change it canonically in the future. How does it feel that you're noticing that more Bug Hunter fans becoming less and less of a rare occurrence in public? It's very cool and very validating. I would love a future where I don't have to preface when people ask, like, you know, in my life, if I just meet somebody and I'm like, oh, I'm a songwriter, and they'll say, oh, like, what's your band called? I'm like, you have not heard of it. I promise. We're called Bug Hunter, and of course they'll be like, yeah, I don't know what that is. And I'm very excited for a future where people will be like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a songwriter. And they'll be like, what's your band called? I'll be like, oh, it's called Bug Hunter. And then just have them be like, oh, that'd be cool. Statue says, how crazy do you get with pumpkin carving? I need a good idea this year. Pretty much my go-to is to just carve a catterbug into a pumpkin and call it good. I don't get too wild with it. So Jem says, I pull up to the Manchester show in an inflatable dinosaur costume. Well, since that won't be Halloween and Manchester is going to be absolutely packed, I would recommend not doing that. Just because it is going to be more of a fuller show. Sarah says that you've seen me twice in Chicago. I'm assuming, let's see, I've played 5 times in Chicago, 5 shows in Chicago, I think. So I'm assuming they're maybe the most recent 2. There was the one this summer, and then there was the one last May in that small, like, dinner theater. Anyways, did you try deep dish while you were in the best seat in the world? If so, which is your favorite? So I lived in Chicago when I was a kid. I lived kind of in the suburbs of Chicago for about 3 years. So I grew up in, like, middle school eating, like, Giordano's. Fantastic. The last time we were there, Jesse had a Recco, as we call them, for pizza. We always trust Jesse with food, and I don't remember the name of the place that he got the pizza from because he ordered it and it just it showed up on the sidewalk. We were, like, waiting on the sidewalk outside the venue after the show in the van, just waiting for the pizza because, you know, it takes like 3 hours to make a pizza in Chicago, and we were gonna drive to Madison, and we couldn't leave until we got our pizza. And then it showed up, and we didn't have any utensils or anything, like nothing, like paper plates or napkins. It was just a pizza, and it wasn't cut at all. And so I found, like, one plastic knife in, like, a already opened, like, silverware packet from, like, Burger King the previous day, and we used the plastic knife to kind of make the start of marks in the pizza, and then just kind of tore it and ate pieces of it on the sidewalk in Chicago with no plates or napkins. It was really good. Yeah, my clock is dead. How spooky. You have a song about ghosts and a song about dinosaurs. What about a song about ghost dinosaurs? I never said what species Robert was in the song. Benjamin Jackson says, I love the camera bobbing along to the music. Yeah. I used to have a tripod that didn't bob as much, and then I got this thing that attached to my desk to kind of save some space on the other side of my office. and it's just a little more susceptible to me stomping, and I like to groove a little bit. So I probably need to get one of those stabilizer like things for my camera mount, but the ROI on such an investment is nothing. I don't make anything to do these streams, and so going and spending $100 on a stabilizer for the camera that I use to make these streams, don't think will make a difference. If anybody is left because my camera was a little bouncy, I apologize. What has been the most unexpected place you've gotten a song idea from? Coin has given me $5 and told me to stop lying. I do make money on these streams. That's true. Occasionally, somebody will give me money on these streams. Sometimes it's to make a humorous point. Sometimes it's genuine support. Occasionally, it is somebody trying to get me to play a song, and I ignore it. I don't like being told what to do. But I appreciate you, Coin. And if you are somebody who wants to support Bug Hunter financially, I also don't mind if you get something from it. My website has a bunch of cool stuff like stickers and postcards and shirts and digital music. And I know Coin knows this because I think I've said this before, but YouTube takes a lot of the money that you give me through the tips, which is why I don't normally ask for them. I actually make more money if you had gone to my website and bought a sticker. I would actually make more money by giving you a sticker and mailing it to you than I do from you giving it to me through YouTube, because they take a third of all the tips through here, which is a lot. So while I do appreciate you, I also don't mind if people go to my website and get something back from the money they want to give to support. Fuck says, if you get a stabilizer, I'll never listen to you again. Jim says, I audibly exhale every time I hear Neighbor Guy in 2 Bed 2 Bath, and it's so hard to explain to people. Just, if they need an explanation, just tell them to come to a Bug Hunter show, because the Neighbor Guy chant is top 3 moments of the whole show, basically every time, because everybody in the audience, they get it. It's funny, story about that. So here's the story behind 2 Bed 2 Bath and a Ghost. Wrote the song, and obviously, like, I write things just on my acoustic guitar, and I like make little demos on my iPhone. And I knew that piece of the song kind of overlapped with my own vocals. So in my original demos, I didn't have that Neighbor Guy yell because I just was like, I knew in my head I wanted something funny there, but I was like, I can't sing and yell at the same time. So the initial demos that like the band and my dad had heard didn't have it in it. But then when we played it on the Zoom show, there was like what was it? What did I call those? I called them like not sneak previews. Does anyone remember what I called those Zoom shows where I had a new song? I don't remember. Anyways, new song showcase. That's what it was. New song showcase. I played 2 Bed, Beth, and a Ghost, and Kyle was there with me. And so I was like, hey, Kyle, we're going to add this part to the song when we play it where you're going to yell out Neighbor Guy when I say, he screams my name. And I thought it was hilarious. I think it's so funny. But my dad had gotten used to a version where that didn't have it in it. And so like after that show, he was like, I don't know about that Neighbor Guy thing. I think it's just kind of like it's like breaking up like this very like serious like moment. And I had to call an emergency meeting with some Bug Hunter fans and that had heard it. And I was like, hey, do you think that I should have this Neighbor Guy yell or just have it be nothing? Luckily they voted to keep it because it's one of my favorite parts of the song, and my gut said that it was really funny, and my dad came around on it, but there was a moment that we were considering cutting that part. Jem says, can you play it at Manchester? Yeah, Too Bad, Too Bad That I Ghost is basically on every set list that we play. Since the song came out, I don't think I've played a show without Too Bad, Too Bad That I Ghost. Someone wants to know what's my traditions I have for Halloween. Anything special? Not really. I like Halloween, but I don't think I have worn a costume for Halloween since college. I think it's been about 10 years. I haven't had any reason to, or gone anywhere, done anything. Normally, like, it's fun to just kind of stay home and trick-or-treaters and just kind of hand out candy or not. I've lived in different places where that like didn't get trick-or-treater like traffic, trick-or-treater traffic, trick-or-treater traffic. Yeah, like apartment buildings and stuff that like there's not, didn't have trick-or-treaters. So this year obviously I'll be on stage in Berlin, so yeah. Cornfield Cryptid says, what's your favorite crowd reaction to the creaking pause in 2v2v? In Columbus we all stomp, but do people usually do something different? Yes. My favorite part about Too Bad, Too Bad and a Ghost playing it live is I never know what the audience is going to do at that the but wait, I hear footsteps on the stairs. So that little pause in between but wait and I hear footsteps has gone from just kind of like complete silence and I continue the song to a minute long delay of weirdness or people making spooky sounds or stomping or yelling out. Yeah, I never know what the crowd is going to do. It is different every night. There's basically three main flavors. One is complete silence. Two is lots of stomps, or a little bit of stomps and then lots of stomps, and then the third one is people going woo, which is fun. So. What's the closest you've gotten to breaking on stage and laughing? I absolutely have before. They got me pretty good in New York during Pine Cones, and I have the live recording of this. I've been going through my old the recordings that we did this summer. We got about 12, maybe 12 or 13 of the 18 shows recorded, like the full sets and everything. So I've been editing them this week, but the Pine Cones yell and shout if you are saddened by the news. New York genuinely yelled at me for about 45 seconds, maybe a minute, which doesn't sound like a long time, but on stage it is it's an incredibly long time. Like, since I started telling the story, it's only been about 20 seconds, twice as long as this. They were just like screaming at me. It was hilarious. Loved it. It was great. I have definitely playing some of the new songs and getting some like live reactions to them have definitely made me laugh. Me and Kyle trying to play 30 Plan in St. Louis comes to mind, because there's parts of the song that have like a bunch of like really quick jokes in a row that if you just plow through them while the audience is laughing at the first one, they don't hear the second one. And so like I would say something and then they'd laugh, and then I would try and go another bar to like say the next one, but Kyle didn't, and so Kyle would say it into the mic and then I'd look at him and then I would say it, and it was this whole thing. I recorded that as well. It was great. Have you ever had people applauding at that moment? I have a song with a short pause and always had people applauding thinking the song was over. Fortunately, most people in the audience know the song, and so I haven't been able to fool anybody with that. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have any songs that I get a premature applause. So. You said that the share you get from your streams isn't great. What about other venues besides your website, like Amazon Music or other streaming services? If you want to know how my money breaks down, I'm happy to tell you. I get the most money from touring. That's where I make the majority of the money that actually ends up going to things like food and shelter. So selling tickets, selling merch. And fortunately, honestly, here's the thing about Bug Hunter and by extension kind of the Narcissist Cookbook in the ways that I've kind of roped Matt into my business model. I feel like when people talk about how they wish music was, how they wish the music industry worked, I feel like I'm living that kind of idea, and it's very outside the norm. So I think most people, their whole idea of like making it in music is I'm going to write songs, and then a label is going to discover us and sign us to their label. And they're going to have all these connections and all these gigs, and we're going to tour the world, and we're going to be on the radio and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, that stuff does happen. People get signed to labels, but labels are very specific banks. They are banks that give loans to people for projects. These projects are normally albums or tours or music videos, and they have to pay back, right? So if a label gave me $20,000 in order to make a music video, until they get their $20,000 back, like I don't make anything, right? They give me $20,000. No, they just buy a music video, and then they make their money back, and then plus some, and then maybe I would get some money from it. I don't know. Same for albums. They're gonna make their money back. It's all an investment. They're not gonna give you money and then let you keep the remainder of the money that the album makes. I self-produce all of our albums. We crowdfund them on like things like Kickstarter, which is in exchange for shirts and posters and signed merchandise. So if you could see my office right now, this is literally I could not get out of my office right now without rearranging a chair and 4 boxes. I've barricaded myself into this corner just for this stream, just full of posters and CDs and prepackaged things and boxes that I built. And so I raise that money myself, and then I send out merch and things like that. And then that debt is paid. From then on, I'm paid from streams. And I also, I tour by... I do something different than I think a lot of bands do, is I rent venues, and I pay them some amount, and then I get to keep all the ticket money, right, that comes from selling tickets. So normally a talent buyer might say, hey, we'll give you $800 to come play a show, and I got these 2 other bands, and they're going to come play, and we'll give them $800, and then they'll sell tickets, and then I'll get paid $800, and it's like, okay, like thanks for the money. But what I do is I go to a venue and I say, hey, I will give you, and it depends on the venue, but say it's $800. I'll give you $800 if we can have 6 hours in your venue tonight. You can sell drinks, you can make money off of alcohol or soft drinks, things like that. But we're gonna sell tickets, and we'll bring an audience. We'll bring 100 people, 200 people, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll keep the ticket money. And so fortunately, we have to take the risk up front that like we could pay for a venue, and then nobody would buy tickets. And if nobody buys tickets, then we'll lose money. Fortunately, me and Matt have shown that we can sell tickets, so it works out for us, and we don't have another like label or middleman kind of taking money off the top. It's just me and Matt, and my bandmates and my dad, and we just run everything. So to answer your question, do the other streaming like Amazon Music or other streaming services, are they more beneficial than like Spotify or anything? Not particularly. I kind of push people to Spotify because they are algorithmically kinder to us than the other streaming services. So I make more in a day from just Disco in the Panic Room on Spotify than I do for all of my music on Apple Music in a month. So it's like apples to oranges comparing like the amount of help that the different streaming services give me. Spotify pushes my music to people, and people actually use the algorithmic playlists on Spotify. So it helps. So yeah, don't feel guilty about listening on Spotify. It's fine. I mean, here's the thing: if you could listen for days and days and weeks, and I will not get paid as much from your specific like one specific person. If you say like, I'm gonna listen a whole bunch and make money, like I will make $1.50 if you like constantly loop it for a month. If you just go to my website and we have the digital downloads, if you've ever paid me $5, you have given me more support than most individual people who have ever just streamed my music. But it's the volume of it. It's the number of people. It's the hundreds of thousands of people a month. It all adds up, right? So if I have 170,000 monthly listeners, right? If every single one of them gave me $1, like, that's just how the volume works, right? Yeah. If everybody who listened to my music this month gave me $10, I could just retire forever. But you just make it up by volume, and that's how it is. People want free music, so they have free music, and we try and make it work. So fortunately, make money off of touring, and then streaming helps with kind of some of the overhead expenses, like getting tour vans and buying merch. Yeah, put us on playlists and save our music. Just sending signals. I mean, obviously, just listening to it is, if you add us to a bunch of playlists and then never listen to the playlist, it doesn't really help. But that's the nice thing about those metrics is like people can't fake listening to music. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone can say like, hey, I really like your song, but maybe they listened to half of it and just told me that. But if somebody's like, hey, I listened to your song 100 times this week, it's like, that's actually like that's a time commitment, and it like is proof that, you actually do like it. So Cornfield wants to know, for the recordings of the shows, what do you think the compilation of it will look like? Are you putting in full songs without repeats or just going on vibes? Right now, I am marking all of the songs in every show as either exceptional, great, good, okay, or don't release, for whatever reason. If I don't know, it could be something really simple, like I flub one chord of, one chorus, but it's enough. It's like, hey, I have 13 recordings of this song from the summer. Why release the one that I made a mistake on? So I'm going through those, and I'll probably try and, I don't know. My plan is to kind of just like release the full shows, like maybe not on Spotify, because I don't want to tank my algorithm. But for people who really want to hear these things, I might be able to put them on my website. Yeah, see, Ghosty says I have 450 listens to $Sax. I really like it. Yeah, see, that's commitment. Cool. Should I play another song? I feel like I should. What do I want to hear? I'll try and do my best. I can't play everything, but I'm still working on some of the happiness songs, but I can play quite a few. Echoes isn't spooky. How about I close with Two Bed, Two Bath? And then, yeah. I played Robbing a Bank on Wednesday, so I probably won't do that. I mean, I could play okay. Can I make a deal with y'all? Since I haven't figured out how I'm doing the kind of weird distorted version of Alchemical Romance, that part in the middle, if I play it and just kind of skip that part, are y'all cool with that? Because it's not a bad idea to practice it. If y'all are cool with me just kind of like, I'll figure it out later. It's just a stream. I'm not going to improvise it. If you're cool with that, then I'll do a practice run of Alchemical, because I do need to learn it. So yeah, here's a song called Alchemical Romance, but without the weird part in the middle. I didn't know you were a wizard. I guess that explains the hat and those silly words you whispered that have put me in a trance. I didn't believe in magic even as a little kid, but if this trick ain't magic, I don't know what magic is. You told me that you liked me and I didn't bat an eye. You told me that you needed me and I swept it to the side. But then you told me that you loved me. Now no one's as shocked as I. That it's those words in that order that's transformed this stubborn mind. I didn't know you were a witch. I guess that explains the cat and the reason it said bless you when I sneezed as it walked past. I didn't believe in magic, but you cast it on me quick. You're my romantic alchemist, too charming to resist. No, I didn't believe in magic or in you until I did. You're wicked and familiar, I'm getting used to this. You told me that you liked me and I didn't bat an eye. You told me that you needed me and I swept it to the side. But then you told me that you loved me. Now no one's as shocked as I. That it's those words in that order that's transformed this stubborn mind. I've had a moment of lucidity. The spell has waned enough for me to wriggle from its grip on me. Ever since they cast it, I have struggled with my vision. The only thing I see is their face. Quick, while there's still time, I need to find and cast a counter curse. I'll never have a chance again if they find out this didn't work. I found their spellbook in amongst their potions, robes, and cows. I've got no chance to practice it. I need to cast it now. Reason, logic, rationale, protect me from this magic spell. Reason, logic, rationale, protect me from this magic spell. Reason, logic, rationale, protect me from this magic spell. Reason, logic, rationale, protect me from this magic spell. I didn't know you had a power like this. I didn't believe in supernatural gifts. But my romantic alchemist is too quick. I feel tricked and haven't been the same since. Reason's not a reason when your heart does not believe. And there ain't no shot for rationale when dealing with a magic spell that works as well as that one where you told me that you liked me and I didn't bat an eye. You told me that you needed me and I swept it to the side, and then you rolled some sort of supernatural 20 on your die that made those words in that order hit before I changed my mind. Hey, so that's pretty much Alchemical Romance from the new album, Happiness Without a Catch. Hope y'all liked it. Seemed like you did. Thanks for assisting me in the chant there. Yeah, cool. I was happy with that. And I'll mess with that middle bit. Just different. Cool. Why don't we do a little more cozy Q&A? We'll chit chat for a little bit longer, and then I'll play Too Bad, and a Ghost and call it a good first day of October stream. Nick says, Bug is also a wizard because there's something about the way he plays live versions that make me like songs 10 times more. Yeah, I would much rather you like how I play things live than my studio recordings. I like to do some production on things, just to have different flavors of songs, and then I've had a lot of success just traveling around the country with just an acoustic guitar, playing all the songs that you've heard studio versions of. And sometimes they're just like, yeah, a little different flavor to them, just on acoustic guitar. So. Ghosty wants to know, how's your Baldur's Gate 3 run going? I'm going to play it after this stream. Yeah, so I have abandoned my solo playthrough because I find I enjoy the game quite a bit more playing with Kyle than I do playing solo. So now I've surpassed where I was before with Kyle. And we are, I don't want to get too spoilery. We're in a underground place right now. Just running from things, running around, very scared. But it's going well. It's really fun. Kyle is a drow druid named Robin, and I am a elf fighter named Abanke. So together we are Robin Abanke, which we thought was funny enough for long enough to name our characters. Matthew Johnston wants to know, Bug, do you ever intend on being on TikTok? I am on TikTok. I have like 5,000 followers on there. I don't know if that's a lot. That's what I have. I would love to remember to post things on TikTok, but it's either I post something and everybody likes it, or I post something and nobody likes it, and then I get bored of it. Do you think you'll ever release instrumental karaoke versions of your songs? I won't say never, but it's not on my roadmap now. I have a lot of other things to do, and it would take a while to do it. Yeah, maybe someday. Wandering Owl wants to know who Kyle is. Kyle is our drummer. Kyle is our drummer. Jesse is our bassist slash kazooist slash guitarist slash pianist. Jaren says I look like your 8th grade U.S. history teacher. It's because I am. I am an 8th grade U.S. history teacher. How'd you know? As a music producer, how do you gain an audience? With a lot of luck. Luck and then momentum. I wish it was the other way around. It's actually luck and then momentum and then more luck and then more momentum and then even more luck. I can count. I can specifically count 2 things that were very lucky breaks for me, even after getting a little bit of attention for Dear McCracken. The first one was CJ Prizza making a Dear McCracken fan animation all on their own, without any kind of input from me or anything, that then went super viral on Reddit and introduced a lot of people to Bug Hunter's music. The second being stumbling upon Deep Blue Ink very early in their kind of career animating, and being able to get 4 music videos done by Deep Blue Ink before they've reached a level of a level of fame that makes it a little harder to compete with their normal kind of schedule for animating. So would you ever sing Happy Birthday for us? No. I don't do covers. Oh, hey, Narcissist Cookbook is here. Hey, Matt, can I tell them about what we've been working on, just like in general? I already kind of have in my Discord, but are you cool with me saying what we worked on this week? Yeah. Me and Matt are working on a podcast, and it's really good. I'm excited about it. We recorded the first episode on Thursday, this is the podcast. Yes, it's me on Livestream, and Matt is just in like the chat with everybody else, but we're co-hosting it. You're in the podcast right now. This is the podcast. It's a really good idea if you like our music. It's going to be I think worthwhile, just to kind of see kind of our process for things. We've only done one episode. I'm excited to do another one. I was actually going to ask you, Matt, when you want to record another one. I was going to message you after this, but you're here now, so if you want to hash out logistics. Skits and Giggles says, what's the name of the podcast? We've decided, but we're not like married to one, so I'll keep it in my pocket here for a second. But yeah, very excited about it. The people who have listened to it already have nothing but good things to say about it, and said, yeah, would absolutely listen to this. So I'm excited for that. And I get to see Matt in 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks from today. I fly out to Scotland, and I'm going to be there for a couple of days before the tour, which I'm excited for, because the last year I showed up the morning of the first show, and I left the morning after the last show, so I didn't have any real time to like just be a tourist. So I'm excited. I'll have like 3 days in Scotland to kind of hang out and look around. So time is some trying to figure out our ship name. There's not really a good combination that we liked. Cool. Why don't I play one more song, and then I'm gonna go. I got things to do, things to pack. I've got my total items to ship for the Kickstarter total under 400. So I think that was a big milestone for me. The thing that is holding up most of the rest of the orders is one of two things. If you're a Kickstarter backer and you haven't gone to my website and like completed your order, there's 50 of you out of the 518 that just still haven't done that. So you're not getting your stuff until you give me your address. So go do that. So 50 of you, it's because you haven't completed your order yet and I don't know your address. I can't send you things if you don't give me your address, and make your like t-shirt size selections and stuff like that. The rest of them are for the shirts. The shirts should be coming this week. And that's the last thing that I'm waiting for to throw things in. I got the posters, I got the hoodies, I got the CDs, I got the postcards, the stickers, the guitar picks. I don't know if I've shown these off, but I got these new guitar picks. They're these collectible. You can get these on our website, but they are the Platonic Best Friend and the Shocking Plot Twist artwork, and they're double-sided. So that one's got the comet, and that one's got Platonic Best Friend. You can get those on our website. Got those in. New stickers, got those same things. I got the 2 peas in a pod stickers and the Shocking Plot Twist rocket stickers as well. It's on our website. So yeah, just once I get the shirts, then I got 400 orders to pack. I got so many boxes. It's gonna be fun. All right, this was the spooky stream, so we're gonna end on another spooky song. I played my 3 most spooky songs. And this one is arguably, of the 3, the most spooky one. And it's called To Bed, to Bath, and a Ghost. The old man next door says his house is haunted. He says the ghost keeps him awake. I think he's having a hard time, to be honest, since his darling passed away. But he fears a phantom has finally found him, some nemesis that never quit holding a grudge. The old man next door says his house is haunted. tough love. I said, Robert, I'm so sorry. Your house ain't haunted. You're just not used to being alone. Robert, all the creaks and shifts are just the sounds you missed when you shared your home. He says, no, 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 no. I've had some close calls with falling items. I'm ducking picture frames and dinner plates and all my daily meds. I can never find them. They're put in places that I never would have done. And the furniture shifts and it caused me to trip. I wake up with my pillow on my face every night. It sounds silly, but this house is trying to kill me. Will you come see? Just stay with me. Just stay with me one time. I said, Robert, I'm so sorry. Your house ain't haunted. You're just not used to being alone. Robert, all the shifts and creaks are just the signs of grief. Now you're living on your own. But okay, I'll go. Whoa, that is an enormous amount of money. But I can't help but feel absurd because nothing that I've heard from the downstairs room is of paranormal origin. It's 4 a.m. This poor old man is just confused. But wait. That was very generous of you. Thank you for doing that. I hear footsteps on the stairs. They're getting louder and louder above me. They're stomping. I pray it's just Robert until I hear him scream my name. Neighbor guy! And I go running up the stairs, jumping 3 at a time. And I'm fully unprepared for the terrors I will find. I burst into the room and by the light of the moon, it's a ghost as real as both of me and you. But it wasn't the butler. They snapped without cause. That surly groundskeeper, that mafia boss, or his old business partner they stabbed in the back. Or the ghost of Christmas, future, present, or past. And it wasn't the guy from the mishap at the zoo, or that other guy from the other mishap at the zoo. No, of all the spooky specters Robert wronged in his life, the ghost floating between us was his darling dead wife. And she said, Robert, I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. I'm just not used to being alone. Robert, you see, death's a one-way street, and I can't find my way back home. Robert, I figured I'd just come get you. I thought a haunting might do the trick. Robert, I'm sorry. I thought it'd be easier. I don't remember you being this quick. The old house next door's got a sign out front now, a for sale sign tied to a post. So attention shoppers, you can make an offer on a 2-bed, 2-bath, and a go. Thank you, everybody. That's 2 beds, a bath, and a ghost, with a little intermission there that I didn't expect. Thank you, Nicholas. That's really kind of you. Okay. Happy October, everybody. I love a good spooky month. It's officially fall. I know that they say fall starts in September, but for me, it's got to be October before I'm like, all right, yeah, it's finally fall. So I think that's going to do it for my stream today. And I am... I'll be back on Wednesday, probably. I don't see why not. So yeah, I will see y'all on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So sorry if you're in Europe, but I'll make it up to you by coming to play for you. If you haven't gotten tickets, go to our website. We still have tickets for everything, but they're getting lower in some spots. London is getting pretty close. Southampton also low ticket alert. VIP events for that's very kind of you, Nicholas. You don't have to. I have to go before this keeps going. It's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. It helps a lot with the dream and the band and everything. So I appreciate that. You're a legend. I'm gonna go so that this doesn't keep happening because it's too much. Thanks everybody. And hey, goobers, go to bed.